Well, hello there. My name is Dr. Craig Hane, and I'm going to make an offer to any Christian young adult or parent of students, particularly teenage students, that will be life transforming. I'm a Christian, and that has given me a fantastic life that I tell my story that I'll tell you about. But I'm going to make you an offer that's you're going to find incredible and life transforming for you and your whole family, and probably many other people you know too. Lots of people. It's really amazing. And it's thanks to modern technologies. What I'm going to offer you is literally based on literally billions of dollars of modern technologies that we have today. And it's our job, I believe, as Christians, to take advantage of these technologies to spread the word and to save people and to end war. So to tell you how this is going to work, I'm going to share the screen with you and take you to a web page, which you're at now probably watching this video, Onward Christian Soldiers. Now, I was converted to Christianity when I was about 10 years old, thanks to my grandparents that took me to the Nazarene Church in Greencastle, Indiana. And Theron York was my Sunday school teacher. Reverend Newby was the minister. And I converted to Christianity and believed in it, and it transformed my life. And one of my favorite songs, now I'm not a good singer, was Onward Christian Soldiers Marching On to War, blah, blah. And I love that song. I didn't quite understand it though. What does it mean? What is a Christian soldier? And what can you do? Well, I'm going to tell you what I now believe that today with technology we can do. I've started something called the Triad Math Army. Now, I have a company called Triad Math you're going to learn about in a few minutes, and we've put together what we call the Triad Math Army, and I believe that is something that Christian soldiers then could use, and working together, we can put an end to wars. Because after all, if you're a soldier and you're fighting, you have to have tools to fight with. You have to have ammunition. You have to have modern tools. Well, we have tools today that are brand new. They just been around recently, and you're going to be able to use them. And so that's what I want to make sure you understand. And I'm going to make you an offer today that, believe me, it's an offer I don't believe you'll be able to even think about refusing because it's fantastic. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to say, how can Triad Math help? What can this Triad Math Army do? Well, the first thing it can do is can help you prepare for a better career, for a great career, particularly if you're a young adult. How to prepare for a great career where you're going to help a lot of people, make a really good living, have a wonderful family. After all, to have a great family today, you need to have a great job or career where you're earning good money, doing something you love to do, and yet having plenty of time to do all the things you need to do as a Christian. This Triad Math Army is going to help you support your life goals. You're going to have goals as you go through your life. At least I did. Constantly setting new things I wanted to do. And to do that, it took something that God gave me. It started really with the things I learned as a Christian, but it went beyond that, called wisdom tools. Now, a wisdom tool, I'll tell you a little bit more about in a minute, but God has given me a whole bunch of wisdom tools over the years, over the decades, to improve my life and to have the wonderful career I've had. Also, you're going to have, when you join the Triad Math Army, an opportunity to help other people. And this, let's face it, that's what Christianity is all about. You can give a man a fish, and that's fine, but you can also teach a man to fish, and that's even better. And you're going to have opportunities now to do that as part of being in the Triad Math Army. And part of that whole thing, doing all these things I talk about, you're going to also have an opportunity to make some money. Beyond just your regular career path, by helping other people, you can make some money to help yourself and your church and other people that you know. After all, if you have more money, there's more things you can do for other people and your family and your church. So that's what this is about. Now you might say, well, what's included in the Triad Math Army? Well, First of all, there's an amazing online 21st century six-tier math program that's going to make any students you have successful in math. And I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute when I take you to the Triad Math Army page. We also have a collection of wisdom tools that have helped me improve my life dramatically. Every one of these wisdom tools helped me improve my life at some point. And by the way, I'm like everybody. I've been faced with lots of problems in my life and lots of opportunities. And wisdom tools are what help you deal with the problems and take advantage of the opportunities. And finally, as I said earlier, you can earn some money doing all this, helping other people and helping yourself. Now, if you want to know more about me, I have a website, and you can click on here and go to that website and learn more about me. And at that website, there's a lot of free things too. Among other things, I have written some books. The first book I wrote was called Dr. Dale's Golden Rule Math for All God's Children. And you can buy this at Amazon, or you can download a free PDF copy of it right now. And I highly recommend that if you are the parent of any teenage students, you get this book and read the parts in it that'll be relevant to you. Then I had a lot of people say, Craig, Dr. Dale, what's wrong with public school math? Why are my students getting all they need at public school? Why do they need Triad Math? Well, there's a very good reason for it, and I wrote a book, How and Why Public School Math is Destroying the USA. And you can get a free PDF copy of that by going here. So you can download your copies. If you download this one, this book, the Golden, download your free PDF copy, and there it is. It is 152 pages long, and you can read the whole thing. Now, you can buy it on Amazon if you want a book form of it. It's not very expensive, but here's your PDF copy of it. It's all about it. And you should certainly read the first part, the essential ingredients of an optimal math education. Then you'll understand how Triad Math can do it and why the schools can't do it. If you have a struggling math student, you read part 2. If you got a successful student, that's great. Read part 3. You're going to be more successful. Non-college bound, part 4. College bound, part 5. So whatever kind of students you've got, and particularly if you've got STEM students, you read about that. And you go on and on and on. And there's more in it that you might find interesting. And so you read that book. Now, the other book, I already told you, is How and Why Public School Math is Destroying the USA. You can download that PDF and learn about that. And by the way, in this book, in the first parts, I tell my story. So if you want to know about me and how this all came about, here's my story. Part 1 and part 2 are essentially my story. And part 3 then is the evolution of the solution we have today. And part 4 then is what's wrong with public school. And if you read chapters 19, 20, 21, and 22, 4 chapters, that tells you all about what's wrong with public school math. But I wanted to get you ready for it so you'd fully appreciate and understand it. Okay, now back to the website here, the Christian Church website. What's going to happen is you're going to go and join the Triad Math Army. So let me take you to the Triad Math Army now and show you what you're going to get. Let's see. The Triad Math Army. You ready to join the Triad Math Army risk-free? And join now for $30 a month. And it is, and I think I thought I had a, okay. And you join now for $30 a month. And if you are not satisfied, you request a money-back guarantee after 30 days. So you get this for 30 days for free if you don't love it. So that's what you need to do. This is the bottom of the website. The top of it is, if you go to it, is turn stuck into skilled success. Most people in life, including me, get stuck. Well, how can you turn that from being stuck into skilled success? Well, there's 2 ways to do that. One is you need to learn practical math. That's what all students need to learn. And you can do that very quick and very inexpensively and a lot of fun. The other is the wisdom tools. And these are even more important now as you get older and older and older. Once you've learned the math you need to know, and that doesn't take very long, then you still got to learn things in life because you have problems and you have opportunities. And you got to know how to deal with the problems and how to deal with the opportunities. And that's where the wisdom tools come in. And you're going to learn all about that. Now, as I mentioned, it's $30 a month to join the Triad Math Army, but the first 30 days are free. If you don't love it, you get your money back. And I've got a short video that explains that, so you can learn that. So what are you going to learn? Well, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to learn practical workforce math. That's going to empower you to have a high income technical career if you want to do that. You can go beyond that. That's the first two tiers of a 6-tier program. If you're going to go to college, you take tier 3, get you ready for college. If you're going into science engineering, the upper tiers are phenomenal because they get you ready for science and engineering math in a much deeper way using a modern tool called Wolfram Alpha, which makes learning things like calculus go from a difficulty level of 8 down to 2. Unbelievable. Then you have the Wisdom Tools Library. Now, the Wisdom Tools Library is something you're going to use the rest of your life. I've been learning these wisdom tools. God teaches them to you in many ways. I've taught them in many ways, and I'm sharing them with you. And in fact, in a minute, I will show you how you can see what they are. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee no matter what. Now, the Wisdom Tools Library, I get a PDF here where you can download and begin to understand what they are. So if you click on that, here's the library. I'm going to make it a little bit larger. And each one of these is a video. Money, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everybody should study that because money can be great, but it can also be bad, and it can also be ugly. And I explain that. How to get financial freedom, how you can achieve financial freedom very quick in your life and have it the rest of your life. God taught me how to do it. I did it. It's wonderful. How can you build a great career without going to college? A lot of people today shouldn't go to college. They should go into a technical career. There are many, many ways to do that today. And my practical math gets them ready for it in less than a year. In about 6 months, they get ready for a technical career. Unbelievable. But some should go to college. Well, if you're going to go to college, how can you do it with no debt? How can you do it? And I tell you how to do that. I did it. God taught me how to do it. I'm going to show you what God taught me and how you can do it. Actions have consequences. Well, that is where wisdom tools come in. And there's a difference between wisdom and intelligence and emotions. And you must understand the difference between all three of these because you have to control your emotions, and it takes wisdom to do that. Intelligence often, by the way, is an impediment to acquiring wisdom. Believe it or not, and I explain that. Habits and addictions, understanding their impact. I had a lot of bad habits in my life. That was a problem. I overcame them. I replaced bad habits with good habits. I replaced bad addictions with good addictions. And I tell you all about that. And you can do it too. I've had a very interesting life. And I tell my story if you read the public school math book, my story is in it. And I've had bad addictions. I was addicted to alcohol at one time. I was addicted to nicotine and cigarettes, to Valium, to Baylock. Overcame all that. In fact, there were people when I was in my early 30s didn't think I lived to be 40. And I wouldn't have disagreed with them. If you've got certain bad habits, you won't live very long, and you will not live a very good life. I knew that, and I changed it. By the way, one of my motives to do that was God had brought me a wonderful wife. In fact, we're celebrating our 60th wedding anniversary this year in 2026. And because of her, and then she brought me children. And because of my wife and my children, I overcame all my bad addictions and my bad habits. I had to, or I wouldn't have been able to continue on. So then, and I tell all that. There's just all sorts of things. Every one of these wisdom tools is very interesting and has taught me something in my life that's just beyond belief. And so you should study these. And by the way, it's going to take you years, probably decades, to finally use the ones that help you. It depends on where you are in your life. If you're 40 years old, there's wisdom tools here that'll help you today that wouldn't help you when you were 25 or 30. And there's wisdom tools here that'll help you when you're just getting started in life and so on. So these wisdom tools are probably of much greater value to in the long run than the math, although the math is critical because it gets you ready for your success. So what I urge you to do then is join the Triad Math Army, and you go there to join it. And I'm going to go back to the Triad Math Army, and you go down and join it. 30-day, get a full refund if you don't love it, risk-free. And it turned out, let's say you've watched this video and you studied it, you read the books, you're still not ready. You say, I'm just not ready. You can start an email relationship with the Triad Math Army. And what you can do is you can get your first financial freedom tool, wisdom tool, for free. So you join here, click that. You want to learn how to become financially free? I'm going to teach you. You don't have to join the army to learn it. Here's a question it's going to answer. You give us your email address so that we can start communicating with you via email to help you. And if you do that and subscribe, we will give you that financial freedom tool. And you've got it. So the whole idea is to help you and improve your life. I'm a great believer that Christians are going to save the world. Now, the reason is, by the way, is demographics. If you study demographics, you'll find out that in all the developed countries in the world, the population's demographics are going down. You need to have 2.1 babies per woman to maintain the size of your population. And in most countries, it's going down to 1.8, 1.5. So it's shrinking. But in the Christian world, that's actually going up. So I believe that Christianity, that tribe, is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And these other tribes are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So not only we're going to have a bigger tribe as time goes on. And I think that because of the wisdom tools and the things we can do with modern technologies, we can save the world. And in order to save the world, we have to end war. War is getting so devastating today that we can end the world. We can end civilization with the tools today. And it's up to Christians to stop it. I do believe that. And that's why I'm making this message to you as a Christian to join me in the Triad Math Army, Onward Christian Soldiers. We're going to save the world by ending war. And it starts with you and your family and your friends and your church. And it spreads out from there. And it grows exponentially. And as it grows exponentially, as more and more Christians learn this and more churches get involved and it expands, we will end up, Christians will, in a certain sense, control the world. That's what's going to happen. So this is Craig Hane, Dr. Dell. Thank you very much for watching. And join the Triad Math Army. Get started. 30 days, no risk, free. Or else give me your email address and watch the Financial Freedom Tool. And let's get started together. And you'll see me on lots and lots and lots of videos. And by the way, you go to my personal website, and there was a link to it. A lot of free videos there on math, just in general. A lot of other free things there that you'll get. But the big thing is join the Triad Math Army. Do it now. Get your family started, or get yourself started if you don't have a family. If you're a young adult, you still want to join it, and I'll see you there. And God bless you, and onward Christian soldiers. Bye-bye.